I'm Noel. I'm married to Janelle. We have a whole bunch of kids and one on the way. So I grew up in an atheist household. My parents were atheists. My grandparents were atheists. It's just, we seem to just be born that way. In high school, I started becoming slightly more aggressive in my views, specifically with Christians, because I thought to myself, they're more than happy to tell me where I'm going to be spending eternity, but they don't seem to have the courage or compassion to tell me how I can remedy my situation. It wasn't until college where I met Richard. He was a dentist. He was really logically minded. I looked up to him. The one thing that I really couldn't understand was he was a Christian. I was like, why? This doesn't fit in my box. How can you be intellectual and Christian at the same time? It does not compute. At one point, he invited me to come to his Wednesday night service, where he was doing a Bible study with a bunch of high schoolers. So week after week, I kept going back to his Wednesday night service. And I finally just talked to Rich. I stopped him one day. I said, Richard, do you actually believe the stories in this book? Like, actually. He said, yeah, well, I really do. Just as humbly and as gently as he'd been answering objections before. And so I started reading through the New Testament, and I got to Matthew, the first few chapters, and I was so frustrated because I had no idea what I was reading. In the verses 21 through 23 that say, not everybody who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter into the kingdom of heaven, but only he who does the will of the Father. Many in that day will say to me, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name? Did we not cast out demons in your name? Did we not do many miraculous works in your name? And Jesus said to them, I never knew you. At the end, I finally came to the conclusion, if my right standing before God depends on my ability to keep his law to meet that mark, then I wasn't going to make it. But if my right standing depended on the works, the righteousness, the merit of another, namely this Christ that I'd been reading about, and all I had to do was put my trust in the fact that he did this for me, then that was the best news that anybody could ever give me. And it turns out that's the good news of the gospel. Less than eloquently, I said something like, Lord, there's really no reason whatsoever that I would expect that you would listen to anything that I had to say because of what I've said and done. And I felt like somebody had come in and just wrapped their arms around my heart and was trying to comfort me, saying, it's gonna be okay. I got you. I was so happy. Just this peace that came over me. Like my world was turned upside down and everything seemed brighter, all the colors in the sky. I remember being so excited and I wanted to tell everybody. So of course I run over to the house where my atheist grandparents were having breakfast, and the first thing I say, I'm a Christian. Prayed to God. I was like, God, I see what you did and I'm so thankful. I want other people to see this also. I want other people to feel this way and to have this sort of comfort, and I'll do whatever you want me to do. It's been 12, 13 years now, and Jesus has been super sweet to me ever since. God put into my path so many people that helped me out in my journey, that were able to be there to pour into my life. And then, of course, I came to ECBC and I met my wife. And man, we have so many kids now. It's crazy. We've had the opportunity to take what I didn't have in my childhood, a nice foundation, and we're able to pour out into our kids. And that's been really fruitful for us also. And not just that, but we do the children's ministry at the church, and now I have the opportunity to talk to these kids at their level and tell them about Jesus, the same story that I received whenever I was much older, and they get it. They absolutely understand it. You don't have to understand all the theological craziness to understand that Jesus did this because he loves you.